Well, there we go. This inside edge of the bumper's right at the skin. And this one here has been in just a little bit. I've got like a 1/4 of an inch on the inside here. And right flush there, so it's got to move over about a 1/4 of an inch. But I lost my light. It's getting cold. At least it's on and it looks straighter than it did. Looks like this is better for sure. I still think I gotta pull that inner valance forward, because I got like an inch over there and 1/2 inch here, 1.25 inches. But my bolt that I welded up worked real good, and it's all solid into the frame now. So tomorrow I'll see what I can do. This looks kind of straight with that body panel. Yeah, see, this is back too far. Yeah, the bumper's sticking out here like a 1/2 inch, and here it's flush. So it looks like that side over there has got to go back a little. Whether I have to adjust my holes or what, I don't know. But I can play with this tomorrow and get this done, and hopefully that'll be a done deal. Morning, guys. I've been playing with this bumper. I re-welded some stuff inside, straightened braces, did all kinds of stuff. Got this side where it looks good. This trim piece is kind of matched here. The lights match. It's going along. This one here is out. It's out too far here. And it's contacting the headlight ring here. Now I can move this over a 1/16 of an inch, but that ain't going to help me much. And it's keeping the bumper from going back. So I decided what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'd ever get this straight. So what I'm going to do is cut this bumper right here and get this all lined up best I can, and then weld it back together. I decided I'm gonna have to paint this bumper anyway, so this will give me room to play with this section and move this over. I think I need to cut about 1/8 of an inch out of the bumper. The brackets are all good and straight, or as straight as I can get them, so that leaves me with this choice. You know, see, that looks real good there, and that's sticking out too far. With no way of twisting that bumper, that's my really only option. So what I'm going to do is put a piece of tape on it. Now it should give me a reasonably straight line. Once I got the bumper off and cut it up, or beat it around, I realized that I'm going to have to, there's no way I can keep it chrome, not have it look real good. So I'm going to have to paint it anyway, so we'll give this a go. cut off. You did a pretty good job. Now, let's put this in where it should go. Even just that cut gave me a little better, but I think it ought to be about right there. Put it inside the bumper. Well, but good enough, I think. And at least I got this down to one piece. I ought to take my light out of here before I break it. Anyway, I can kind of move this around in here and see where it fits. Try to tape it. Well, I fought with it quite a bit. I've got it tacked there. Can't really see here, it's dark, but I got to twist it down. But it's pretty straight here. Right at the edge of the bumper here. And half of it there, so I got to move this bumper back just a little bit. I'll probably have to open up the mounting bolts, but this is pretty straight, and when I get it twisted, it'll bring that straight. So it looks like I took about 1/8 of an inch out of the top, and it looks like there's about a 3/8 gap in the bottom. So, getting dark and cold, so I'm out of gas. I'll try this again in the morning with the light, but it's starting to look pretty straight now. I tell you, it's kind of hard to weld on that chrome. You got to grind all the chrome off before you weld it. Well, working on this fender again. It's actually the lip, and you can see it's got quite a bit of inside curve to it, and this one's more straight. And I got to measuring, and this one's actually squashed in 1/4 of an inch. This should be lined up with that crack there, so all of this playing with the bumper was kind of fruitless. But I've got a porta power here, and you can see if I crank it, it'll open that up. And I'm going to put a couple pieces of wood in here. I have to get something that's big enough, and I'm going to just try to jack this valance out here about 1/4 of an inch. Who knows, I might break it, but that's what I got to do. I tried pounding on it and I was just bending it, so there's a pretty solid place right here, and another fairly solid place up in here. So I'm pretty sure if I put a board in here that'll cover them both, I'll be able to open this eyebrow up a little. We'll give it a try. Now it's just a matter of finding enough blocks to do that and try to do it one-handed. Well, I couldn't get that thing open anymore without bending it or without breaking it. I got about 1/8 of an inch, but I tweaked around on the bumper and I started welding it up here. I'm pretty good. I got this right at the outside edge. Bumper's at outside edge, and here it's a little bit different. I can bend this bumper still some. I've got this middle part pretty close. Outside part, like I say, it can still be tweaked around with that brace inside, but I think I'm good enough now to take the bumper off and finish welding it up from the inside and grind off the outside. Well, we got the bumper all welded up here on both sides, and I've got my bumper brackets here kind of cleaned up. Got one tear here on the end I'm going to weld, and the other ones going to clean these up and paint them, grind this bumper off, and clean it up so I can paint it. So that's what I'm going to do now, is grind it, and I'm going to leave this weld on the back, and I'm going to knock this front one down. Try to do a little body work, take some of them dents out of here, and then I'm going to prime and paint this whole bumper. The first thing, I'm going to make sure that it's all bent right, and it'll match up to the front of the car. And then I'll go ahead and try to turn this into a nice looking thing. Probably going to take me all day to do that because so many dents in it. Yeah, we'll just try to do the best we can, and I could get another bumper, fiberglass one, for like $300, but I think with a day's work and some Bondo, I can get this one here to where it'll at least be painted and look good. So that's what we're doing. We'll weld this thing up and clean that one, paint them black. I'll let them dry while I'm working on this. Well, here it is, sanded up pretty good. All my high spots are knocked down. I just did this with a flapper disc. Rough it up so where I put the Bondo it'll stick, and I'll just mix up a thin coat, and actually looks pretty good when it's sort of shined up, but I'll put a little Bondo on it, and that should start smoothing it out. Cleaned up the back of this pretty good with a wire brush and DA, and put a light coat of black primer on it. Looks pretty good. I don't see any major dents or anything in it from this side. So I got the other side sanded. It's all been DA'd down with 80 grit. I can see a few chrome places I missed. I didn't get to this side here, but looks like it's scuffed up pretty good, and didn't take a lot of Bondo, so I think I got it pretty straight. I'm gonna have to work on this right here, obviously, but for the most part, looks good. I just finished roughing up any of the chrome that's still there, and I'm going to put a big coat of thick filler primer on it. Hopefully that'll make things work better. Well, there's Mr. Bumper primed. Sure see a lot of stuff once the primer goes on. Got a lot of stuff right in here, up there, right in here. That place I was worried about there, that definitely looks bad. But it's pretty straight. Take a little Bondo work, a little more sanding, but that's good enough. I got a nice sunny day today, so this will dry it good, and I'll probably fix this one with Bondo, and the rest of it, I think that icing glazing putty will probably fix all the rest of this. And I may do a little hammer and dolly work now I can see what's going on, but I got both sides of it primed. So moving on this, hopefully I can get it all back together today. And I got my two bumper brackets here painted, and I can put those all back in and put it on the car, and then we'll adjust it from there. But it looks pretty good, actually, as far as dents and stuff. It looked terrible if it was chrome, but I can fix all of this with just Bondo and a little work. Put my glazing putty on it. Looks like I straightened out that corner pretty good. I hit it with the DA, and it goes through it into the metal pretty easily, so I got a little bit right here that needs to be taken out, but it looks pretty good. Now I'll mount my brackets on it, stick it back on the car, and I'll finish sanding this by hand once I get it on. Okay, I got the bumper in. It's flush right here, and if I come over to this, it's sticking out like ½ an inch. It's curving to the inside of the light, but this is straight level, and the bumper straight here. And if I go back to this side, see that it's gapped out quite a bit. So what has to happen is this needs to be twisted right in this area to where this is out like a half an inch more. I actually tried twisting it with a pipe. I was able to move it quite a bit. You can see it moving there. So I can twist it, and that'll make this straight with the bumper. And I might be able to put some spacers behind that top bolt and move it forward. Don't know what that'll do to that side over there, but so it looks like I basically have to twist this and get this part forward some and try to get it to match this, because this is the one I cut off and I've got it matching the body real good right here. And the this bumper only got a partial brace in it, or fender, so you can see that I can pull this fender out to match that bumper really well. Don't know about this gap here. Can't jack it up too much more. I might be able to get it a little, but basically it looks like I have to twist the bumper a little here and maybe tweak it a little more right in this area. But anyway, it's on and primed. Of course, this one is a good one because that's where I cut the bumper off and set it in there. I, of course, could cut that one, do the same thing, but I think I can get away with twisting it. And it was a good idea to prime it. It's all looks pretty good, and I think when it's painted it'll look real good, especially if I get all these body lines right and everything. Yeah, that one's really far out, but I can move the end of this bumper around, and this fender's bolted down pretty solid down here. It's got a good brace in it, but I can modify that brace if I have to and pull the fender out. So I think all in all, I'll be able to get this bumper real straight with the car. And that kind of killed my day here. Tomorrow I'll try to do a little more tweaking, get everything straight, and then I'm going to start working on this inner valance, make sure it's all level and straight, and get my eyebrows fixed up the way that the way I want them, and I'll try to get this all as straight as possible. Of course, you know, I've got a little hood something going on right here, but I'm not going to really worry about that hood until I get all the rest of this straight. And you know, this is the heavy part down here, and I can always modify this hood, you know, bend it or put a little more Bondo in it or something, or move the fender around. But it takes time. I don't know how straight they were when they were brand new. They probably weren't a lot straighter than this, but I'm pretty sure that the body lines and everything weren't as good. But it's starting to look really sharp now. And my little cat showed up one day, laid under the wheel, and didn't go away. So I took him to the doctor and got his shots. Anyway, nice little cat. I'm glad that he came around. It's a her. Anyway, Mr. Bumper's done, or at least painted on the car. And now it's going to be just some bending and tweaking and finish straightening up this front end. I think that's enough for this video.